With Sonic the Hedgehog being on every electronic device that's in some way wired to the internet, and possibly some varieties of toasters, it was only a matter of time before the sequel made its debut. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was a landmark title for the Genesis, or Mega Drive for those of you outside the US, that is still one of the console's highest selling games. Much like the port of Sonic the Hedgehog for the iPhone, the controls are simplified with a virtual D-pad for movement and a single button to jump around. One of the key features of the original game was its smooth gameplay that responded perfectly to your every whim. Sadly, the D-pad is limited in range, with movement stopping if you slide too far off the corner. If you can keep your finger in check, you'll hardly realise you're using virtual controls, but it only takes one mistake to remind you that this is not the game you remember from your childhood. The game is perfectly ported to the iPhone, with all of its 16-bit graphics and audio kept intact. For fans of the series, headphones are strongly recommended to properly enjoy the game's memorable soundtrack. There are some serious performance issues with the emulation for iDevices below the 3GS, but if you're tenacious enough, the game is still playable, albeit with a much lower frame rate. This is still the same game, packed with speed, excitement, and great gameplay that hooked a generation of gamers in the early 90s, but it's hard to forgive its shortcomings as a port. This has been Andrew with AppSpy.com. We review, you decide.